Our next participant is Dr. Warren Jesek. The title of his program, Happiness is a Choice, Mastering Dentistry and Life. Interesting fact, he founded Jesek Seminars in 1999 and is a PACE-approved CE provider. Let's welcome to the stage Dr. Warren Jesek.
I'm Warren. I choose to be happy every day. Do you? It was 1991. I was managing a very successful dental practice on the farm ground my family had owned since 1940. I decided I wanted to be a better boss. So I hired and consulted with a clinical psychologist. And part of that evaluation was he gave me a survey. And on that survey, there were two questions. One was, what did your mother want you to be? And what did your father want you to be? And I just simply answered with one word, happy. And he said, oh my goodness, in all these years, that's probably the healthiest answer I've ever heard. He said, you knew from a young age that your parents wanted you to be happy? I said, oh yeah. But more importantly, they wanted me to learn how to create happiness in life and work. I like to be happy. Well, I grew up on a chicken farm. 5,000 chickens. 2,000 turkeys. And believe you me, they are really stupid. And we had a feed store. And to my great luck and fortune, my grandfather was a chicken farmer. My mother and father were both chicken farmers. And I could have been a third-generation chicken farmer. So there's that day when I'm standing out in 12 inches of chicken poop. Can you smell it, for crying out loud? It was 95 degrees, 95% humidity. It was no problem for me to decide I do not want to be a chicken farmer when I grow up. So I kind of started looking around. And one day, I was walking up the back steps, back door, of course, into the country club. And into the kitchen I went. And with that 15 dozen eggs, I saw those great big shrimp for the shrimp cocktail and those gorgeous steaks that were aging. And I said, I want some of that when I grow up. So I got to thinking, I said, you know what? I think I'll grow up and be a doctor. Because I know in our town, they're respected. Okay? And yeah, they kind of have a nice life. So I put this vision right here in my head. Right here. And it was in color. A doctor with an office on the road, on the farm ground that my parents had owned. A beautiful wife, wonderful children, a successful practice. It was right here, and that got me through so much. So much. So if I was going to become a doctor, I was going to have to go to college. So at a ripe old age of 13, I decided to go to college. And my father, who dropped out of high school in 1932, told me he wouldn't let me graduate from high school without taking typing. Are you kidding me? It was 1965. Manual typewriters were kind of the high tech of the day. How many of you learned on a manual typewriter? Yeah, we're showing our age here now, right? Well, you know what? That was a segue into me being able to communicate in this new high-tech world because I could keyboard. And if you can do it on a manual typewriter, you can do it upside down on a computer. So went off to college, got out, and started working on my dream, that vision. And you know what's really kind of scary? It all happened. When I look back on the journey from the chicken farm to the country club, I did 4 things. I decided what I did not want to be. I decided what I wanted out of life. I created a vision that not only could I see, I could smell it. And then I worked on it. Okay? The other part of that vision, and have you created your vision? Have you recreated that vision? Have you decided in your life what you don't want anymore? Don't want to work on that certain case anymore? Do you want less stress in your practice? Do you want to laugh more at the office? You want to have some fun, for crying out loud? You want to be a fun place? Well, that whole vision of mine has kind of changed a little bit when Pete Dawson told me about the Pankey Institute, and I went there. And I learned about the cross of life. And the cross of life is based on Aristotle's teaching that happiness is what all mankind seek for. Don't we want to be happy? And the motto of the Pankey Institute, to whom much is given, much is expected. So I feel this huge obligation to give back the wisdom and knowledge that has been given to me so freely by those mentors, those men and women that taught me. And my great passion in life right now is to stand up here like this, or talk to somebody on the phone, or visit their office and say, here's the knowledge I've got. I want to give it to you. So take the steps to recreate your vision in life, to look at it. And remember, happiness is a decision. It's a choice. So go out there and set out to constantly pursue happiness. And when you're happy, you're more fulfilled. And then the people around you and your world, you'll have more of an impact on them. Remember, happiness is a choice. May excellence be your goal, and happiness your continual companion.